Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is your first time here. Today we are doing a mobility sequence. So we are pretty much hitting lots of areas. We are looking at a combination of bodyweight strength movements and mobility movements and combining them into one sequence. So we're hitting upper body, lower body, core, the whole thing. So let's jump straight into it. We're going to do a little warm up, then we're going to do a 15-minute sequence and a little cool down at the end. Okay, no equipment required. Let's jump in. Coming onto all fours to start off with, and we're going to take some spinal waves from the knees. So rocking back into like almost a child's pose type position, and then we're going to round through the spine, thinking about waving through the motion. So lower back, wave moves up to mid back, into the shoulders, keeping the chin tucked, and then head coming up last and reversing. Tuck the chin to chest, press the ground away, round through the scapula, mid back, and lower back, and coming all the way down. And again, moving forward, moving with control, and really think about trying to articulate the movement through each vertebra. Even if it doesn't feel like it, sometimes the connection isn't obvious with the sensation, the feedback, but just visualizing that sensation. One more of these, coming back. And now we're going to move into these from the toes. Okay, so now coming up into a down dog position, going to bend down, keeping long through the spine, weight coming back through the hips, tap the knees, and same thing. So start rounding through the back, coming forward into this upward facing dog position, then tuck the chin, press the ground away, and waving all the way back. Touch the knees, and again. Nice even breath in and out through the nose if you can. Tap the knees. And coming all the way back. And dropping the knees. Nice. Okay, coming into a squat position. So if you need to modify this, you can be up on the toes, or you can also take the knees a little bit wider, depending on hip and ankle mobility. So from here, we're going to start to rock back onto one hand, and then the other, and coming forward to complete the circle, and then going the other way. Beautiful, so just back and forth. So we're working into the hips and also at the same time firing up the shoulders and the wrists. If you want to take less load on the hands, then you just keep the hands closer to the body. Yep, and you can just take a little bit of load, or you take the hands further back to start loading the shoulders and the wrists a little bit more. Nice. Okay, coming back onto all fours. And we're going to take a little bit of wrist prep here. Coming up onto the first knuckle and lowering down. Pressing up, lowering down, keeping the thumb off the floor. Just making sure you have your shoulders stacked over the wrists, so we're not all the way back here. If this is pretty easy for you, taking the knees back a little bit further to intensify. Or if it's a bit much, then you walk the knees closer. To really make this strong, you come up onto the toes. I'm not there yet with that one, working on it. Nice and controlled through that range. Lowering and lifting, nice and slow, so we're not rushing through that transition. Nice. Coming up, shake it out. And that'll do for our warm-up. We're going to jump into the sequence. So I'll run you through it. You can follow along with me, and going to set timer here for 15 minutes for our flow. Okay, standing up, we're going to roll down, nice, roll, and then bend the knees and start to walk all the way out to a plank position. Coming back to that down dog, tap the knees, rocking forward to an upward facing dog position through that spinal wave like we were doing before. Return to a plank, lowering down with control all the way to the floor. And here we're going to take a scorpion roll. Let's start with the right side. Take the right hand out at shoulder height or above. And then flipping over onto the right side, taking the left leg behind you. Support yourself with the left fingertips on the floor. Rolling back to center, left arm comes out to the side and rolling over onto the left side, pressing that shoulder and that arm into the floor and come back to center. This time, keep the hands under the shoulders, left leg bends, and again, we're coming over into that scorpion position, but this time, press up with the hands, coming all the way over, and we're here in a seated Cossack position. You can use the hands if you need to press you up off the floor. We are coming into a Cossack on the left side, then all the way up to stand, hands to the hips, long through the spine, and taking a hinge into those hamstrings and coming back up. Bending back into the Cossack on the right, back to the left, sitting all the way down, rotate back over to center, and the other side. Right leg lifts, all the way over, press it up, Cossack lunge on the left, all the way up to stand, toes facing forward, hands to hips, and leaning it forward into a hinge. Back Cossack to the left, back to the right, sit it down, hands to the floor, and a little twist and all the way back over onto the tummy. Hands under the shoulders, getting ready to press up in plank in a push-up. Back to our starting position or our downward facing. Crawl it all the way back up and rolling back up to, okay, let's go again. Roll it down, walking it out, back to down dog, tap the knees, wave forward through the spine, all the way to up dog, back to plank, nice slow lower. Right arm out. This time, if you would like a bit more through the shoulder, you might like to bend through the elbow. Roll it over onto the right side. Back through center, switch it over. Back through center, hands under the shoulders, left leg bends, back to rolling over, and then all the way to our low Cossack. Without hands if you can, but use them if you need. Cossack lunge, low through the middle, over to the other side, then press it up to stand, hands to hips, and hinge forward, just readjusting the feet to face forward. Then back into the right leg, keep it low, back into the left, sitting down with control, flipping it back to the middle. Other side, right knee bends, take it over, press it up, low through the middle. And hinge. Back into the left leg, into the right, sit down, twist it over, prepare for that push-up. If you need to go from the knees, please feel free. If the form is compromised, any arching or bowing through the back, then come from the knees. Beautiful. Let's keep going. Walk it out. Downward facing. Tap the knees, long through the upper body. Wave it forward. Into our upward facing. Back to plank. Lower it down. Keep the same speed all the way down. Don't lose it in that bottom section. Let's go left side first this time. Left arm out. Roll it over onto the left side. Feel that stretch through the front of the shoulder to the right side. Keep breathing. Breath is important. Keep it equal and calm. Beautiful. Hands under the shoulders. Right knee bends this time. And coming all the way over. Press it up. Low Cossack. Up to stand. Toes facing forward and hinge. Into the left leg. Into the right side. Sit down. Hands come over. Back to center. Left leg bends. Press it over and keep it low. Press it up, toes face forward, and think about chest moving forward instead of down. It will keep you nice and long through the spine. Into the right side, low through the middle, lunge into the left. Sit down, hands come over, and back through center, getting ready to press up. Tap the knees and walk it all the way back. This time, just come into a squat here first. Then we'll straighten through the legs and roll it up. Beautiful. And again. You're doing well. Downward facing, tap the knees, keep the weight back through the legs. Wave it forward, upward facing, plank. Lower down. Right side. If you want to add on a little bit more balance, you can take the arm off. Back through center, left arm out. back through center. Hands under the shoulders. And let's go. Right leg lifts. All the way over. And we're here in our low Cossack. Press up. Left side. Press up to center, hands to hips, toes face forward and hinge. Into the left leg, keep it low. Sitting down, twist to the center and bring it over. Left leg bends. Reach it over, press all the way here to our low Cossack and to the right side. All the way up to center, toes forward, long through the spine and hinge forward, finding that place where we feel the sensation through the hamstrings and coming back up. Into the right side, keep it low. Sitting all the way down, hands come over, back through center, getting ready to press it up. Tap the knees. Let's walk it all the way back to the squat. Forward fold and roll it up. Doing well. We have got 4 minutes left. Let's go. Roll it down. Walk it out, bend the knees. Downward dog and tap the knees, keeping the weight back. Wave it forward. Chest and chin coming up last. Plank. Strong through the arms and the legs, lower down. Let's go left side. Left arm comes out, elbow bent or straight. Just play around with that, looking for sensation through the front of the left shoulder. Back through center. Right side. Hands under the shoulders. Right leg bends and press it up. See if you can do that in one fluid motion. Cossack left side. All the way up to stand. Toes face forward. Inhale. Exhale. Gaze stays forward. Spine is long. Coming back up. Cossack left side. Right. Sitting down. And take it over. Left side, bend the knee. Twist it all the way. Cossack, low. Coming up. Toes face forward, hands to hips, and hinge. Coming up. Into the right leg. Into the left. Sitting down. And reverse the twist. Hands under the shoulders, getting ready to press up. And back to downward dog. Tap the knees and walk it all the way back to the squat. Standing up and rolling it all the way up. Okay, we can fit in one more round. Let's go. Walk it out to plank, downward facing, tap the knees, wave it forward, return to plank, lower down with control. Let's start right side. Right arm out, up and over. Maybe you want to take the hand behind this time. Left side. and reverse. Left leg bends and take it over, getting ready to press all the way up. Nice, one fluid motion. How'd you go? Let me know. Press it up and hinge. Don't worry if it doesn't come yet. It will over time. Twisting back over, back through center, right leg all the way over and up. Nice. Now, there's our timer. Let's just finish this round. Into the hinge. Left leg lunge, over to the right, sit it down, hands come down, flip it over, getting ready to press back up, down dog, tap the knees, walk it back into the squat. And coming all the way up, roll the shoulders back. Nice job. Okay, let's take a little cool down, or if you want to make this a longer workout, do 2 sets. Just go back and repeat that set and then come into the cool down. Okay, to finish off, we're going to take 3 movements and just do 1 minute in each. So first we're going to do pigeon. Do 1 minute each side of this one. So bringing the right foot behind the left wrist and then lower that knee down to the floor. So then coming down. You can stay on the ball of the back foot or you can come onto the top. Depends what's more comfortable on your foot and your knee. This is kind of nicer with a mat underneath you as well. So you can keep the heel quite close into you. To make it more intense, you take the foot away. Keep a little bit of flexion through this right foot. If you find the left hip is hiking up, then just you've come a little bit too far. So keeping the hips square to the ground. You can stay upright or you can come down. We're keeping a little bit of activation through the legs. So keeping that front foot and shin pressing down into the floor. And keeping the back leg active as well. You might find it more helpful to tuck the toes to do that. Okay, and starting to come out. And into the other side. So the left foot comes behind the right wrist, lower down. And coming down into your position. So just making any adjustments that you need. And here we want to keep long through the spine for this one. So we'll just avoid sort of this kind of thing. Even if you're coming down onto the forearms, then we'll just keep the gaze forward and the spine long. Keeping that a little bit of flexion through the toes in the left foot. Pressing down with that leg and slight activation through the right leg as well. A little bit longer. So it's not sort of maximum effort with activation, it's just a subtle activation rather than just letting everything go. Okay, starting to come up. And come out the same way. And coming down onto the knees. Okay, next one we're going to do is for the shoulders. So you can do this at a wall or you can use a chair. So taking the hands onto the chair, if you're using the wall, you'll just place the hands flat onto the wall like this. And you'll be standing, or you can do it kneeling as well. Okay, for this one, we're going to start to drop the chest and the head down towards the floor. Coming up a little bit and down. Just continuing to pulse up and down. Keep going, keep breathing. If you want to make this a little more intense, if you're on the wall, just come and press the forearms against the wall instead, like this. On the chair, same thing, just taking the forearms, the elbows, and lift the arms. And then dropping again, head and chest down. And then we're going to hold, so just dropping down, and let's hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Woo, find that one intense. Okay, last movement. Coming down onto your back. And we're going to take some bridge rolls. So just walking the heels in a little bit closer so you could tap them. Yep. And the feet about hip width apart. Hands down beside you. We're going to roll the spine up. So lifting the bottom, lower back, mid back, and pressing into the shoulders. And rolling down. And rolling up. And all the way back down. Just watching the knees aren't splaying all the way out or knocking together. Just keeping the knees about hip width apart. And moving with control. The neck is staying quite neutral, so as we come up, the chest is moving towards the chin rather than cranking the chin down, okay? And avoid looking from side to side. Last one, coming up. Let's just hold here. You might like to walk the shoulder blades in towards each other, clasp the hands, or even take hold of the ankles, and lifting the hips a little bit higher. And let's come out. Taking the shoulders away and rolling down with control. Awesome. Now I want to hug the knees in. And rocking all the way back up. Well done. Thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed that little mobility class, and I'll see you again really soon, I hope. If you liked that, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to help me to continue to grow. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day. Bye.